Okay, I can't resist doing some exegesis here of Full Metal Jacket because I think that Kubrick has said in 1 minute, okay, what I've tried to say in the past 10 videos about normative language, descriptive language, whether or not you can treat humans as stimulus-response machines, or whether or not we actually have free will. So let me just go line by line through this little clip. It's just a 1 minute clip. And so indulge me while I do some exegesis on it, okay? So let's send in the stormtroopers. Okay, we're in boot camp. Now, what is the goal of boot camp? Okay, the goal of boot camp is to establish as much control as possible over the recruits, right? So we're in a position here where we are trying to establish control over people, right? Now, you would think that the best way to do this would be to treat them as much as possible as stimulus-response machines. And to the largest degree, that's true. That's what they're trying to do. You know, every time they say something, it's sir, yes, sir. Instantaneous, reflexive response to what's going on, right? But, okay, I think this little clip shows a real, limitation of this ability. So pay very close attention to what is the goal, okay? What is the immediate goal of the drill instructor in this next clip?
Private Joker, do you believe in the Virgin Mary?
Sir, no, sir!
Well, Private Joker, I don't believe I heard you correctly.
Sir, the private said no, sir, sir!
Why, you little maggot, you make me want to vomit!
So the goal of the drill instructor is to establish control over Private Joker here, right? And he wants not just to control, his actions. He wants to control his mind. He wants to get him to say that he believes in the Virgin Mary. And apparently, the drill instructor is in a position of complete, physical control of Private Joker here. He can beat him with impunity, right? Okay, so, but, even given this ability to, give a zap or, do this kind of stimulus response training that we would do to lab rat, how well does it work?
You goddamn communist heathen, you had best sound off that you love the Virgin Mary, or I'm gonna stomp your guts out.
Threat. Okay, now this is a typical norm-governed situation here, right? Okay, it's like a contract. It is an offer that the Private Joker can't refuse, right? But it is a contract. If you say that you love the Virgin Mary, I will not stomp your guts out, all right? And, well, let's see how it works.
Now, you do love the Virgin Mary, don't you?
Sir, negative, sir!
Okay, keep this question in mind, okay? Why didn't threats work, okay? And why didn't stimulus response work with Private Joker here? There's an interesting reason, okay? So keep this question in mind as we go forward, all right? But this threat did not work, so we're going to move on to a different kind of norm, okay?
Private Joker, are you trying to offend me?
Sir, negative, sir!
Stimulus response didn't work, threats didn't work, and now he goes into like a different kind of norm. You're not trying to be offensive. I mean, as if this is some sort of dinner party or some sort of polite situation here, right? But the drill instructor is getting kind of at his wit's end here. So it's like, but the drill instructor is about to find out the real reason why none of this is working. Okay, hang on and see if you can catch it.
Sir, the private believes that any answer he gives will be wrong, and the senior drill instructor will beat him harder if he reverses himself, sir.
Okay, notice how Private Joker is describing his plight in normative terms here, right? He says, any answer I give will be wrong. Okay, wrong is a normative term. It's not a descriptive term, I can't give the correct answer. Correct and wrong. This is the language of normativity, right? And so now we see why the threats aren't working, because they're not really threats. Okay, in order to be a threat, it has to be a norm-governed situation. You say, either you say you believe in the Virgin Mary, or I will stomp your guts out, okay? If you're going to get your guts stomped out anyways, it's not a threat. There's no norms there, right? There's an implicit contract almost that's there. Yes, it's an offer that can't be refused. But, okay, there's an obligation. If you accept this threat, if you acquiesce to the threat, there's an obligation incumbent upon the threatener not to beat you. But this isn't happening. Private Joker is getting beaten no matter what, okay? And that's why these threats aren't working, all right? So what is the drill instructor going to do about it, right? Now notice, okay, this normative language is not working whatsoever, okay? You're trying to offend me, that's not going to work, all this kind of stuff, right? Normative language is just not suitable for prediction and control. The drill instructor has to get back to stimulus response, Okay, he has to get back to the point where, if he beats the private joker long enough, private joker will say the right thing. Okay, so how is he going to do it? Watch what happens next.
Who's your squad leader, scumbag?
Sir, the private squad leader is Private Snowball, sir!
Private Snowball!
Sir! Private Snowball reporting his honor, sir!
Private Snowball, you're fired. Private Joker is promoted to squad leader.
So, why was Private Snowball fired? Okay, there's two questions. Why was Private Snowball fired, and why was Private Joker promoted? All right, well, let's first deal with the first one, okay? Why was Private Snowball fired? Okay, the reason that Private Snowball was fired is that he wasn't doing the whole stimulus response game correctly, okay? Now, yes, okay, the best way to control your recruits is to treat them as stimulus response machines, right? But there's a right way to treat someone as a stimulus response machine, and there is a wrong way to treat someone as a stimulus response machine, okay? Private Snowball was doing it the wrong way. He was beating him no matter what. He wasn't threatening him correctly, okay? Notice how the norms have snuck back in here, okay? Treating someone as a stimulus response machine is treating them purely as a descriptive thing. There's no should, okay? If you're responding to a stimulus with a response, there's no thing of should there. You just do it, okay? It's like a rock falling, okay? But the thing is like, as much as you try to beat the normativity out of these recruits, don't think about what you should be thinking. Don't think about whether you should be believing in the Virgin Mary or not. Just believe in the Virgin Mary, right? As much as you try to beat these guys out, there's a right way to beat it out of them, and there's a wrong way to beat it out of them, right? So the norms reemerge at another level, okay? As much as you try to get rid of these norms in human interaction, they reemerge at a higher level. So Private Snowball is fired because he's doing it the wrong way, okay? In summary, okay, a very interesting way of doing it is Private Snowball is violating the norm of how to get rid of norms, okay? It's very interesting. Okay, so that's one question. And the second question is, why is Private Joker promoted, okay? Private Joker is promoted because, okay, the drill instructor realizes, okay, the game is up. The drill instructor can no longer treat Private Joker as a stimulus response machine, right? Private Joker has shown that no matter how much you beat him, no matter how much you threaten him, it's just not going to work, right? So there's another way to control somebody, right? You co-opt them, okay? You suck them into the hierarchy. You get them to sell out to the man, right? And the drill instructor, this is pretty much the only option left for him here, right? So, like I said, okay, this is brilliant. It's within 1 minute clip. It has so many lessons in there, okay? You can't treat human beings as stimulus response machines, okay? There's always a right way to do things. There's always a wrong way to do things. Norms are everywhere. They are inevitable. Anytime you're dealing with human beings, even if, okay, you want to treat them purely descriptively, even if you want to control them to the maximal degree possible, you have to use norms. You have to use threats. You have to use hierarchy. You have to use the right way and the wrong way to train the people. It's just amazing how much is packed into this 1 minute segment. So enough blathering on, man. It's just a brilliant piece of literature.